My name is Betsy Barre, and I am the Executive Director of the Center for the Advancement of Teaching here at Wake. I'm also an affiliate faculty member in the Department for the Study of Religions, and I happen to be teaching my first class at Wake Forest this spring when the semester was disrupted. Given these dual roles, this spring was one of the most challenging of my career, but I have to say it was also one of the most inspiring. As an instructor, I was asked to shift my course to an online modality to accommodate students spread across the globe with various degrees of access to the course materials and necessary technology, and to create the conditions for learning in the midst of widespread economic and social disruption. And as the executive director of the office charged with supporting and advancing the teaching of our faculty, I was asked to shepherd 800 plus teacher scholars as they were making similar shifts. And we were asked to do all of this within the space of a single week. So to say that last semester was a challenge is a bit of an understatement. But the good news is that it was also an occasion to be inspired. Now, I've been at Wake Forest for about 2 years now, and I made the choice to come here because I was impressed by the public commitment this university has to support student learning by supporting exceptional teaching. As we all know, public commitments are not always fully aligned with the reality behind closed doors, and I expected that to be at least somewhat true here. But over the last 2 years, and particularly over the last 3 months of emergency operations, I've come to see that exceptional teaching is truly prioritized and in our institutional DNA. When we got the news that we were going to have a week to prepare our courses, our team knew we would have to scale up our support quickly. Depending on how you count, there are between 4 and 10 of us, and we had to work together to support over 800 faculty. In addition to the one-on-one consultations we always offer, we created a key teaching website with resources pulled from institutions across the country to get folks the basic information they needed to shift to remote teaching tools. We also introduced a new blog that pushed out daily updates, resources, and guides every single morning. But our most important decision was to create numerous avenues for faculty to share their ideas and expertise with one another. We encouraged departments to coordinate their own training and support, and worked with a handful of leaders in the departments who took us up on that offer. We hosted daily 3-hour open labs where faculty could come together to share resources and ideas, and we even created an informal Facebook page for faculty to share questions and resources with one another. And to our surprise, we have over 300 members in that group, and it is still incredibly active, with multiple posts a day and numerous comments. Now, if you had asked me a year ago whether it would be possible to prepare an entire institution to teach fully online in the space of a week, I would have laughed. And while it's true that a great deal of what we produced in the spring was what one of my colleagues refers to as lifeboat teaching, what amazed me the most was the sheer will of our faculty to work as hard as they did. Whether they were coming to share ideas about innovative digital projects, or sitting with us for hours taking notes on a yellow legal notepad to ensure they could download and launch Zoom for the very first time. Every single member of our faculty was committed to doing right by our students. Instead of wallowing in despair, our faculty came together to ask questions, share resources, and have substantively rich conversations about teaching. I was so inspired by this experience that when it came time to plan for the fall, I knew that our teachers and the communities they've created over the past few months had to be at the heart of whatever we did. Wake Forest prides itself on the quality of its teaching. Our teachers are among the best in the country, and they're eager to work together to prepare phenomenal courses for our students. So this is why we are investing in teaching as much as technology this summer. So to provide an intensive, collaborative learning experience for our 800 plus instructors this summer, we've adopted an innovative peer-to-peer support model. Just last week, we launched the first phase of this model, bringing together 68 faculty leaders from across campus to participate in an intensive 4-week learning community. This learning community functions as something of a boot camp for phase 2 of the program, when each facilitator will fan out across campus to launch their own peer learning communities in their departments throughout July and August. Professional development comes in many forms, and our adoption of the learning community model has been intentional. Given the enormity of the task, our faculty need more than a 1-hour webinar or a 3-hour training module. What they need most is the time and space to learn, and the opportunity to do so in the company of colleagues they trust. The task before us this summer is not small, but what I witnessed in the spring and what I've witnessed over the last week and a half working with the peer facilitators makes me confident that regardless of our modality, Wake Forest faculty will be able to provide exceptional learning experiences for all of our students this fall.